Wanted to ask you though, just about you approaching Jokic. Is that a situation? Hey, look, I didn't like what I saw right there, and I got to stand up for my guy.
Yeah, that's all I said. Just what are you doing? I mean, I think it was just an emotional play. I don't think he meant harm by it after, but just a frustration foul. But it was tough just defending my teammate. That was it.
That's what I did. It's been however long it's been, and I'm back now, and like I said, I'm grateful to just be able to play basketball again.
It's rare to see Nikola Jokic lose his temper. He's one of the NBA's most respected stars, a back-to-back MVP, and arguably the greatest passing big man the game has ever known. But beyond the stats, what really makes Jokic stand out is his calm, humble nature. He doesn't showboat, he doesn't stir up drama, he just plays, and plays brilliantly. But push him too far, that's when the Joker flips the script. Opponents looking to get under his skin sometimes find out the hard way that there's a fierce fire behind that laid-back demeanor. And if things get intense enough, they might even catch the attention of his older brothers, who never stay quiet when someone messes with Nikola. One of the most unforgettable moments came during the 2021 Western Conference semifinals. Denver was down 3-0 in the series against the Phoenix Suns, and the frustration was mounting. Game 4 hit its boiling point in the third quarter. The Nuggets were trailing by 8, desperate to stay alive in the series. A critical chance to cut. The deficit 2-6 slipped away, and that's when everything changed. Midway through the third quarter, with the Nuggets trailing by 8, Denver had a shot to close the gap. Jokic took matters into his own hands. But instead of his usual calculated approach, he forced up a rare, aggressive floater. It clanged. Off the side of the rim, Phoenix's Mikal Bridges quickly secured the rebound and passed it to Cameron Payne to jumpstart the Suns' fast break. But what happened next shocked everyone. Clearly frustrated, Jokic rushed in and delivered a hard swipe at Payne. Not your average foul, and certainly not what fans expect from the usually composed Joker. Tensions exploded. Devin Booker was the first to respond, charging in to confront Jokic. It wasn't about trash talk. This was raw emotion, and for once, it was Nikola who had crossed the line. The Nuggets would go on to lose the game and the series. But that moment lit a fire in Jokic that Phoenix probably wishes had stayed out. Since that incident, something shifted. Every time the Nuggets face the Suns, Jokic has come out with a vengeance, delivering dominant performance after dominant performance. The 2021 playoff loss. It wasn't just a defeat, it was the spark that ignited a whole new level of Joker. Fast forward to Christmas Day, 2022. In a high-stakes battle where every possession felt like it could tip the balance, Nikola Jokic once again rose to the occasion. And then some. He led the Nuggets to a dramatic overtime win, dropping a jaw-dropping 41 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists. It was a masterclass in dominance. And to the Suns, it might as well have been a not-so-merry Christmas present. Jokic would never admit it. But it's hard to ignore the pattern. That heated 2021 playoff series might have quietly planted a vendetta in the Joker's heart, and the Suns have been paying the price ever since. Now, shifting gears for a moment, let's rewind to the 2017 NBA season. The Lakers were deep in a rebuild, finishing with just 35 wins and landing the 11th seed in the West. But even in a tough season, they managed to uncover some hidden gems on their roster, a silver lining that would shape their future. That discovery phase set the stage for a blockbuster move the following year, the arrival of Anthony Davis from the New Orleans Pelicans. That summer, one name that stood out for the Lakers was Julius Randle, a rising talent with plenty of confidence. But during a late-season game against the Nuggets, that confidence took a strange turn, with the Lakers leading by 9 and just 21 seconds left on the clock. A game clearly in the bag. Randle inexplicably shoved Nikola Jokic. The unnecessary move sparked a heated moment between both squads. There was no reason for it. No playoff pressure, no last-second drama. Just frustration or ego boiling over. Since that incident, Jokic and Randle have faced off numerous times, but one thing has remained consistent. Denver's dominance. The Nuggets have routinely dismantled Randle's teams, often by wide margins. And in those matchups, Jokic didn't just win, he excelled. He's averaged an impressive 21.7 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 6.7 assists in just 32 minutes per game, making it clear who the superior force has been. And while we're talking about tough matchups, there's one name that always comes up: Russell Westbrook, a relentless competitor. No matter the score, no matter the stakes, Russell Westbrook plays with unmatched intensity, whether it's the first quarter or the final seconds of a blowout. But during one regular season clash between the Thunder and the Nuggets, that fire got the best of him. With Denver leading by 9 and just 35 seconds left, the game was essentially over. Still, Russ tried to stir things up by going after Jamal Murray. It didn't take long for things to get heated. Nikola Jokić didn't hesitate. Seeing his teammate targeted, he stepped in, calmly but firmly. Westbrook didn't appreciate the interference and exchanged some, let's just say, words with the Joker. But Jokic let his game do the talking in their next meeting. Nikola put on a show, dominating everyone who dared to challenge him. From Russell Westbrook to Steven Adams, nobody had an answer. The Joker erupted for 36 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists, leading Denver to a statement win. Let's just say, Russ probably won't be trying that again anytime soon. And then came the infamous showdown with the Miami Heat. With Denver cruising to victory up 17 points with just under 3 minutes left, Markieff Morris, known for his rough style of play, decided to make things personal. Let me know if you'd like me to dive into the full Jokic-Morris incident and the viral reaction. From Nikola's brothers, Markieff Morris made a big mistake late in the game, with Denver comfortably ahead. Morris delivered a hard foul on Jokic at midcourt, unnecessary and clearly meant to send a message. But if you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns. Jokic responded instantly, charging in with a brutal body check from behind that sent Morris flying. The hit wasn't just physical, it had consequences. Morris missed 58 games due to the whiplash injury caused by that moment, and the Heat weren't happy. Tensions exploded. Miami players swarmed Jokic, and Jimmy Butler was especially furious. He shouted across the court, calling on Nikola to meet him in the back. Butler reportedly even looked for him in the tunnels, though let's be real, nothing really came of it. When the two teams met again, Jokic let his game do the talking once more. He led the Nuggets to a comfortable 9-point win, posting 24 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. As for Markieff Morris, he never fully bounced back. Some say it was bad luck, others call it karma. Either way, it was a harsh lesson: don't take cheap shots at the Joker. Back in the day, Gary Payton made his name with the Seattle Supersonics as a fearless defender, elite playmaker, and master of trash talk. Fast forward to 2022, his son, Gary Payton, tried to bring some of that same edge to the playoffs in a fiery Warriors vs. Nuggets first-round matchup. Payton made a bold statement in Game 2. After grabbing a rebound, he met Nikola Jokic at the rim and blocked his shot, a rare sight. But things escalated quickly. As the teams walked to their benches during a timeout, Payton gave Jokic a little tap on the backside. It might have been playful, but Jokic didn't take it that way. The Joker was not amused, and what came next was a full-blown revenge tour. In the next 3 games, Nikola Jokic went into beast mode. He averaged 34.7 points, 15 rebounds, and 6.3 assists, while shooting a blistering 66% from the field and 50% from 3. Defenders couldn't slow him down. He bulldozed his way through the paint and rained shots from deep. Unfortunately, despite his superhero-level efforts, the Nuggets came up short. Golden State won the series 4-1, but Jokic made sure they earned every bit of it. And speaking of players with big personalities, few brought more chaos and comedy to the court than Dwight Howard. Much like Nikola Jokic, Dwight Howard was never just about basketball. His personality made him a force of nature. Known for his playful energy and larger-than-life presence, Dwight also backed it up with monster games and elite defense. So, when the Lakers and Nuggets met in the NBA bubble playoffs, all eyes were on the showdown between the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year and Denver's rising superstar. Things boiled over in Game 3 as both teams scrambled for a loose ball. Dwight shoved Jokic, trying to make a statement. The refs blew the whistle, and Howard wasn't having it. He let everyone know, especially Nikola, how he felt about the call. Then, he turned up the pressure. Dwight used every trick in the book to throw Jokic off: non-stop chatter, physicality, and pure veteran presence. And surprisingly, it worked. For the next 2 games, Nikola wasn't his usual dominant self. He was held to just 16 and 20 points in games 4 and 5. And that was all the Lakers needed to punch their ticket to the NBA Finals. But the story doesn't end there, because while Dwight may have won that battle, the war between these 2 big men wasn't over. But Nikola Jokic didn't forget. In their next meeting, he got the last laugh and made Dwight Howard look completely out of place. With a simple move, Jokic had Dwight twisting and turning, falling for a classic pump fake before the Joker casually finished at the rim. It was a moment that reminded everyone Nikola doesn't talk, he cooks. And Dwight wasn't the only Defensive Player of the Year who struggled with him. Enter Rudy. Gobert, a multiple-time DPOY, known for dominating the paint. But even Rudy has had his hands full with the Joker. In one especially heated matchup, Gobert grew so frustrated that he even mocked Jokic's fouling style. But that only added fuel to the fire. Jokic responded in the most Nikola way possible, with a triple-double. Even though Gobert managed to hold him to 30 points, Jokic still pulled in 21 rebounds and 10 assists, a stat line that showed just how complete his game really is. Then came the playoffs. And as always, the Joker leveled up in a thrilling 7-game series against the Utah Jazz. Jokic averaged 26.3 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 5.4 assists, leading the Nuggets past Gobert squad in a hard-fought battle. And if that wasn't enough, in their 2021 season clash, Nikola went full beast mode, dropping a massive 47 points with 12 rebounds and 5 assists, leaving the Jazz with no answers. But even with these jaw-dropping performances, let me know if you'd like to continue with Denver's challenges, more rivalries, or Jokic's rise to MVP greatness. Despite facing a rough patch of losses against the Utah Jazz, Nikola Jokic never stopped shining. Even during that losing streak, his numbers stayed elite, averaging 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 10.5 assists per game. While shooting an efficient 64% from the field, the Joker was doing it all, even if the wins weren't coming. Then came the 2023 Western Conference Semifinals, Nuggets versus Suns. The series was tied heading into Game 5, and as any playoff veteran knows, this game is often the turning point. The team that wins Game 5 in a tied series usually seizes control, and often the series itself. The Suns, unfortunately, couldn't rise to the occasion. Playing on the road, Phoenix's supporting cast struggled to make an impact, while Kevin Durant and Devin Booker did their part, combining for a solid showing. The bench was a no-show, contributing just 26 points total. That lack of depth proved costly. The Nuggets took full advantage. Denver controlled the pace, punished Phoenix in the paint, and walked away with the win.